Hey, all you fellow Americans, this is Chris again. Yeah, I figured it's about time to do another video. And I got to thinking about this story and figured I might as well share it. Yeah, I haven't been on social media that long, maybe 3 or 4 years. I fought the good fight for a long time, but I was forced into it. That's another story. I'll tell it another time. But, we've all become, most of us, pretty much addicted to our phones now, me included. I used to coach football with this guy, and we'll just call him John. Sometimes with all my stories, they're all true, every bit of it. But sometimes I will change the names to protect the guilty, if you know what I mean. But I used to coach football with this guy, John, and he hated cell phones. And his wife was always calling him. Yeah. And over the years, I'll bet you he'd gone through at least a dozen phones. He never bought one of the phones. His wife always bought him the phones. We'd be at football practice, and his phone would go off, and he'd look at it, and he'd recognize her number and just throw the thing as far as he could. He had a pretty good arm, too. One time we're at practice and he threw the phone, and one of the players comes running up to us, and he says, "Coach, I think this is your phone, and your wife's wanting to talk to you." He says, "You tell her I'm busy and hang up the phone. I'm not talking to her right now. She knows I'm at football practice." And the young guy, he didn't know what to do. So John grabs the phone, hangs it up, and then throws it into the woods. Another time, we're out fishing. Me and him did a lot of fishing together. And we're going out on the water and heading out the channel. And his phone starts ringing. And he looks at the caller ID and sees it's his wife. He just throws it in the water. A few minutes later, my phone rings. So I answer the phone. And it's John's wife. He looks over at me and he says, "Is she calling you now?" I said, "Yeah." He starts to grab my phone, and I knew what he was going to do. I said, "John, you're not going to throw my phone in the water." He was a little crazy. But one time I was over there, and his wife, she starts asking me, she says, "Chris, have you ever lost a phone?" And I go, and he's standing behind her going, and I go, "Yeah, I think I have." She goes, "Well, John seems to lose a lot of phones." Yeah, maybe he was onto something. This is Chris, doing what I can, signing off.